Hello everyone, it's me, Team Mario C, and today we are back with a YouTube video on Hypixel Skyblock. Hypixel Skyblock is a game that I've been playing for quite a while now. I have a decent number of hours in the game, and I am currently on my Ironman profile. And today we are going to discuss necessary preparation and also what your to-do list should be for the upcoming Foxy mayorship. If you check tab, and also if you head to the election room, to the newly revamped community hub, we will be able to see that the next mayor is pretty much guaranteed at this point to be Foxy. Which, I mean, before this update, it would have been a ridiculous joke that a 2-perk Foxy would beat out a 3-perk Paul, but never mind. It is, and Foxy is here. And at last, we are getting 2 of the new perks, both of the brand new perks that were introduced in the latest Better Mayors update. So today I'm going to be talking about what you should be doing if you want to prepare and basically know what you should be doing when these come out, because it's not just about the carnival, okay? Because the time for giving, that matters too. We've got a whole host of new items that can be obtained, and we're going to go over that today. So this is the wiki page. At the moment, Foxy isn't yet in office. We have this dude, which is crushing my soul, because if anyone plays Ironman, they know how annoying it is to get cash, especially for Scorpius. But the next mayor is going to be Foxy, and we are getting 2 of Foxy's 4 perks. We're getting a Time for Giving, which introduced both party chests and party gifts, and we're getting the Chivalrous Carnival, which introduces the carnival event to the hub that is active for the entire mayorship. It's just always, it's like permanently active for as long as Foxy is the mayor. So before we talk about the carnival, we want to first talk about party chests and party gifts. Now, a Time for Giving is an interesting perk because it buffs pre-existing loot, and if we see it, we can even see it in game, that a Time for Giving spawns party chests by killing mobs during the Spooky Festival, and you're able to collect party gifts from Jerry's workshop. Now, party chests and party gifts are special buffed versions of the typical loot. So the first one we'll look at is party chests. Party chests are replacements for the standard trick or treat chest, and you'll be able to see, or the keen-eyed among you will say that usually trick or treat chests give 1 to 3 types of loot from this loot table, but the party chests actually roll more, between 2 and 4 items per chest, which is pretty fantastic. So this is the new table, what it looks like. It'll have all of the standard treat items: candy, ectoplasm, blaster lanterns, pumpkin guts, the other stuff that we're already used to. But party chests bring in 4 new items plus carnival tickets. I believe that's right, yes. So it introduces the party necklace, the party belt, the carnival ticket, vampire mask, and party top hat. So that we have a new set of equipment, which is, or not just equipment, a new set of equipment plus hat, with the party necklace and belt and the party top hat. The vampire mask, which was once unobtainable, now will be obtainable, which is pretty exciting. The vampire mask was previously obtainable during a bonus Spooky Festival. Yes, so they're bringing it back with the updated Foxy. Vampire mask can now be obtained through trick or treat chests, or sorry, party chests during Foxy Mayorship, which is pretty exciting. Obviously, you can only get party chests during the hour of the Spooky Festival. So I'm British summertime, and on Tuesday, 23rd of July, this is obviously at 8 a.m. for me. For Americans, it will be in the middle of the night. Later, further east in the world to the UK, it might be slightly bad unless you have to work. This is kind of it's not the best for anyone, frankly. I would say definitely not a universally liked, or possibly universally disliked, but not impossible. But during that hour, for me between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m, you'll be able to collect these party chests. And as you can see, the rates for some of these new items are pretty low. 3% per chest, if the average is 3 rolls. You will probably get at least 30 chests during an event. I think that's not an unreasonable amount to get, but it certainly isn't guaranteed, and it's highly likely that if it is this rare that you may not get everything on your first one, and I don't think that's... I think that if you were able to get the vampire mask, party necklace, party belt, and the party top hat, that would be very impressive, so good luck. So that is what you need to know about the modified Spooky Festival. You also want to do Spooky Festivals because they give huge amounts of carnival tickets, and we'll get on to ways to obtain carnival tickets later, but we're just going to talk about what is being introduced. Now, there's also party gifts. Party gifts can be dropped from killing sea creatures on the Winter Island while Foxy's A Time for Giving perk is active. So this is not specifically winter sea creatures, or at least that's what the wiki is telling me. It is possible this only applies to winter sea creatures, in which case these rates might not be as good, but you can see here what the rates are for getting party gifts. These are, I would say, a lot harder, especially the fact that you can only get these gifts from sea creatures. I mean, a 40% chance to get them from every Yeti or Nutcracker, that's not great. I think Nutcracker and Yeti are both legendary sea creatures. Obviously other sea creatures count, but if you're using an auger rod, which, I mean, if you're fishing in the Jerry's Island, you probably will. This is what you have. So the loot from party gifts is similar to party chests, is buffed versions of red gifts. Or actually, I don't know if I would consider it a buffed version of red gift. I think it's actually a bit more distinct from red gift, as it isn't replacing them. It has similar loot in the sense that it gives you random XP, skill XP potions, and various amounts of coins, but it also introduces the other 2 pieces of the equipment set, that being the party gloves and party cloak, as well as the snowman mask, complement to the vampire mask, and the party top hat. What all these things do, I mean, realistically you should find out for yourself, but that's what the wiki says it does. Gives more coins and skill XP, definitely useful, because red gifts are actually not bad for coins. Party cloak, that's the other one I opened, gives more carnival tokens, which we'll also get onto shortly. So that is the Time for Giving perk. That is what you need to know about that one, and we'll now move on to talking about the carnival. So the carnival is Foxy's headline change. It is a new permanently active event while Foxy is in office, and it is probably it's genuinely a really cool update. So the Chivalrous Carnival schedules carnival in the hub that is active throughout the entire year. If I just teleport on over to this spot, he basically sets up this carnival in this area where, yeah, basically it's this plot of land between the hub and the museum. If you usually teleport over, it's around here of where it's going to appear. And yeah, so it'll be about here. You'll have a tent, you'll have all the activities, and that's where the carnival is hosted. The carnival brings in a lot of new things. It brings in 3 minigames. The minigames I'm not going to go over here. I'm going to do a separate video where I do a deep dive into the strategy and the kind of what you do for these minigames at a later date, probably when Foxy is in office. So we're just going to skip down and talk about carnival tokens. So when you prep for the carnival, you need to collect carnival tickets, and carnival tickets can be obtained only from a few places. You see, each minigame requires 5 carnival tickets. The main ways of obtaining them are from Spooky Fest's completions. Completing a Spooky Fest will earn you a large amount of carnival tickets. In fact, if you get, I believe it's if you get 5,000 points, not top 5,000, but if you get 5,000 points, which should be doable if you've got a reasonably max setup and can kill a lot of mobs, probably in the spider's den, you can get huge amounts of carnival tickets, which will allow you to play the games at the carnival and get carnival tokens. The other way you can get carnival tickets is through Jacob's contests. So if you haven't done farming, if you have avoided it like the plague, because it's the most boring content in the world, I don't blame you. I am not that person. Yeah, it is the thing I have the most playtime on. I am in maxed fermenter. I say maxed fermenter gear as I look at my. Okay, it does have full mossy. I'm missing 1 recom and peridot gemstones. It's pretty much max fermento gear. So yes, if you aren't into farming, if you've neglected that, hell, if you haven't neglected it but you're not very far along, you're going to find it difficult to place highly in Jacob's contests. The higher you place, the more carnival tokens you get. However, you only get 1 from placing bronze or silver, 2 from gold or platinum, and 3 from diamond. So you really want to be getting diamonds as much as possible during Foxy, because this will earn you extra tickets, which is extra games, which is extra points, which is extra carnival tokens. So, now that we know the main ways, Spooky Fest and Jacob's contests, what do we do with our tokens? You earn tokens from games. As it says here, each carnival token is given for every 100 points you earn in the game. I believe if there's also like a quest NPC in the carnival that will reward you for kind of like event completions. It doesn't say anything about it here, but Chantel is the NPC. Yes, so Chantel will give you a number of tasks which will give you bonus carnival tickets and quite a significant amount of bonus carnival tokens. So to earn carnival tokens, you want to be maximizing the number of points you get in the game you play, and this is across all 3 games. Each game is incredibly important in the sense that 1, you need to do all of them to maximize these, but once you have done all of those, you need to find which game maximizes your personal points, which game you find easiest, which game you can do the best in to get as many points as possible, because it doesn't matter. There's no specific game where you're rewarded more. All points in all games, or all 3 games, are the same, so you need to get as many points as possible. Just doing really well comparatively in fruit digging, for example, might get you 2,000 less points than an average catch a fish game, and in that case you only want to do fruit digging for the quests from Chantal. So now that you've earned these carnival tokens, what do you spend them on? And this is a whole host of new things. There is carnival masks, which are slotted in a new common accessory. As far as I know, it stays common, won't upgrade from holding any more carnival masks, but that's the thing. It doesn't hold any other type of mask, unfortunately, just carnival masks, which are also listed here. Carnival masks have limited functionality. Armadillo mask is potentially useful for those that, since we don't have we haven't had a mining fiesta coal since the update came out, so it's a good source of fortune for non-ore blocks before you get glossy mineral armor. And the other ones have various limited use cases. Bee mask, doubling the base pet stats of your bee pet, might be best in slot for foraging fortune if it wasn't for the frog mask, which also buffs foraging fortune but for a specific area. So that's interesting, but they're very niche, no game breaking additions, and their base stats are not great, so nothing particularly good as far as combat is concerned. But where we really care is the event shop. Now this is where you're going to want to get as many carnival tokens as possible, because the more carnival tokens you earn, the more perks you can unlock in the carnival event shop. So you can exchange carnival tokens for buffs in 4 events, that is Spooky Fests, Seasons of Jerry's, Fishing Festivals, and Mining Fiestas. Those are the 4 events that currently exist. Maybe they'll add more, maybe they'll include perks to help with Hoppity Hunt, maybe they'll do other stuff, more events later down the line, but currently you can get upgrades for these 4 events. So, what should you be going for? Now this is somewhat subjective. I'm going to give my opinion, what I think you should go for first, but a lot of these perks are useful, are very good for their respective events. So, Spooky Fest, Season of Jerry, Fishing Festival, and Mining Fiesta. Personally, I care a lot about Mining Fiestas. I am an Ironman player. Mining Fiestas represent the best source of money-making potential in the game, without a doubt, right? It's Mining Fiestas are where Ironmen make the most money. That is undisputed, and it's the reason that people go to so much trouble on Ironman to get good mining setups. Not just because mining is the best money-making method, but because mining fiestas are so incredibly good compared to everything else, compared to farming, compared to whatever else that makes money at something or some reasonable amount. Basically, we care a lot about mining fiestas. My personal choice, even if you're not an Ironman, Refined Mind is massive. And the reason Refined Mind is massive is because when a coal comes around with a mining fiesta, which, hopefully we get one in the next 2 months, since we haven't got one in the last 2 months, it will buff the chance to get refined minerals and glossy gemstones. And depending on the rates of glossy gemstones, and because of how many items require glossy gemstones in large amounts, I think they're going to sell for a pretty penny. So boosting the amount you can personally get when the fiesta comes around will be incredibly useful. After that, 5 to 25 mining fortune is, that's just good, right? It's equivalent to, the doubling of the ores is after that, so it's like having 50 mining fortune while mining. But yeah, that's just good. It's just more money, more mining fortune. Powder Hoarder, this is probably the worst perk, I would say, since you don't really go for powder or get much powder during fiestas. Maybe that's slightly different for glaciate mining. If you're doing, or if you choose to do your mining fiestas in the glaciate tunnels, you might care about Powder Hoarder for extra glaciate powder. If you're just using the mining fiesta to get lots of ridiculously fast comms, I have a feeling that would probably be a bit silly, but you know, you do you. Final one, really, really interesting one. Titanium Tenacity increases your chance to find titanium by 3 to 6%. This seems massive, and the reason I say that is because the max perk from the Heart and Mountain Tree is 7%. Going from a 7% chance to spawn titanium to if it's additive, 13% chance means you will get a lot more titanium, which, I mean, you get a 5x titanium during a mining fiesta with this perk, you are going to make so much titanium and potentially a lot of profit. So this is just going to accentuate the fact that, yeah, if you're mining, especially if you're on a normal profile, this, and you get it, especially if you get a 5x during a fiesta, that sounds like a fantastic time to make a lot of money in a very short period of time from that. So that's covering carnival tokens for mining fiestas. Now let's talk about the other ones. One of the less interesting ones in my book, especially as an Ironman, is the fishing festival. I've pretty much maxed out the stuff from fishing festivals. I've got no further use for legendary shark teeth apart from Bob and Time books and water orbs. Obviously that applies for all the other types of shark teeth as well that I unfortunately cannot sell to the bazaar. But all of these perks are potentially good. You can spend up to 750 tokens on fishing wisdom, which is nice because fishing festivals do give a lot of fishing XP, especially early game if you're at a lower level, especially below level 27. I would highly recommend getting that for helping you get lots of XP in a fishing festival. Increased chance to catch sharks is fantastic. There aren't actually that many things that buff this, so you know, this is probably one of the things whenever I come to doing this section, that is the first thing I'm going to be purchasing. Increased chance of dropping shark teeth, that's pretty big. 30% boosted in total is pretty massive. 100% chance for sharks to drop +1 shark fin. Those are the base drop, not the special unique items, which are the teeth. That's just the regular shark fin. You know, that's nice. Those can be sold for a bit of extra cash, so definitely useful. Now, on to the other ones. Season of Jerry. Increased chance to catch winter sea creatures. It only goes up 10%. This is pretty small compared to the Auger Rod, but a buff is a buff. We take that for sure. Gain 2 to 10% more gifts from all sources. Decent. We take those. Additional coins. That's nice, in addition to the other item we saw earlier. I don't know if that was the snowman hat or the other thing, but we also have Red Fad, which boosts the chance for gift drops to be specifically red gifts. Now that is good, because it will make sure it will turn a small amount of the green and white gifts that you get that are, you know, not very valuable into the very valuable red gifts, or comparatively valuable red gifts. Final page is Spooky Festival, and I honestly think that these perks are fantastic for Spooky Festival. Plus 2 to 10 more candy from all sources during the Spooky Festival. insane. Okay? Insane. That's fantastic. Increases your chance to catch spooky sea creatures. Good. I mean, whatever the item is that I have a scarily large amount of in a sack. Yeah, soul fragments. These are worth a lot, and these deep sea orbs go for a pretty penny as well. So, you know, spooky fishing is a profitable endeavor. So, definitely a useful perk. 1 to 3% chance to turn green candy into purple candy. That is huge. Rare. Getting the quote unquote rare candy is massive. Obviously, purple candy gives far more points, so that is just fantastic. And increases your chance of finding both chests and party chests by 1%. Party chests, you will only be able to get it during the thing. That perk, you want to max that one before the Spooky Festival during Foxy, because then you will get more party chests, and then have a higher chance to get all the gear. Especially if you're on Ironman, you won't be able to buy anything you missed from other players. If you want to get the whole set in one festival, in one event, which might be possible, if you're lucky, you will want this to help improve your chances. But that is pretty much it. These are the perks. That is what you should care about. That is what you're aiming to do. Keep grinding up your carnival tickets, and hopefully this guide has been helpful. I will be posting additional videos about the game, so be aware for that. Enjoy your carnival gaming, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.